Okay, hello everybody. Grant, Sandy, and the rest. Don't mind these hands. Don't know where they've come from. We're going to work with Oflow today. Good. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pick an object. Does anybody have a favorite object?
The bottle?
Sure. Do you know the name of the bottle?
I do not.
Okay, well let's just do a jar since I remember. Right? So we're going to go to object and we're going to put a jar right there. Let's go here, texture. We're going to go to MD2 and we're going to hit the J and we're going to do a jar 2. I'm going to say okay. Great. Great.
Yep.
There's jar 2. I'm going to give jar 2 a name and I'm going to call it jar because I'm super creative. And that's that. Great. Good. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to hopefully have smoke coming out of the jar. That's the plan. So in the void, I am going to create another object. I'll call it Oflow name. Oflow. Good. For the moment, just for the moment, we're going to leave the effect parameter alone. We're not going to call it a 1 or a 0 or a 12 or anything. We're going to leave it alone and leave it at 0. Under texture, I'm going to call it smoke. We'll use smoke 1. And to be sure that that actually exists on my thing, there it is. I check it sometimes this way. There's smoke 1. Okay, it exists. Now I'm going to go to the tag. Those of you that took pictures can help me remember things. If I skip a step, I'm going to put tag 9999, 4 nines, which means it starts immediately. So it's not triggered. Now I'm going to go to auxiliary and I'm going to go to name E and I'm going to call it jar because it's going to attach the Oflow to the jar. Good. And then if I remember correctly, it's 120, 10, 10, 20. I believe. Good?
That's correct.
Yep.
Okay, good. Thank you. And I'm going to give this Oflow a name, an ID name, because we're going to mess around with it in F6. So flow 1, we'll call it. All right? This may or may not work. Let's find out. Great.
And we don't have
I don't
to
know
touch
why
the effect parameter right now at all?
we're purposely leaving it 0 so I can show you later like what 1 does, what 2 does, what 3 does, what 4 does, what 5 does. Cool?
Gotcha.
We're starting at 0 because if you're like me, I sometimes forget about the effect parameter. So we're going to save, load, and exit the editor. Oh, there it is. Now, I don't know why we have that extra wall there, but do you see? There it is. See how it's working?
Yep.
It's pretty ugly right now. I'm not quite sure why we got that wall there. This is acting strange.
Like a Jacob's ladder almost.
Yeah. Ignore that strange. Well, hold on. Why is that there? Did one of these walls get accidentally named with a texture? No. Huh. Strange. Okay. So I'm going to get out of the editor. Don't know why that's there. Why that's there. It's all very weird. Okay. So far so good.
Yep.
Great.
So this is effect parameter 0. Now let's go into F6. I have an idea about why it's acting strange, but I'm not going to concern myself with that at the moment. I'm going to go to object. I'm going to go to flow 1. enter. And what's nice is that you can sort of see what's going on. So if I'm going to scale these, well, actually, first what I want to do is I want to get rid of that. You understand that the 64 by 64 texture, this is what it is, right? Has that black. And then, you know, with the alpha, you can get rid of that black and it makes it transparent, correct? Got it? So
Yeah.
first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the color adjustment. And already, even at 99, you see that that black box is gone. It's invisible, and we just see the white smoke texture. You can make it thin, almost subtly non-existent, or, right, or change the color. You know, I'm a big fan of blue. You can also
Nice.
do purple, right? There you go. Right, so that's
Gorgeous.
that. Now, we can also scale it. You can make the Y so that they're like more like little crackers, wafers, right? Or you can make them fat. Well, that we can't see so well. There we go. Cool. So let's leave it like that. And now the rotation, I'm going to stop. Well, the rotation is fun. So we'll leave it alone. I'm not going to move it. I want it to pretend like it's coming out of this very special jar. Okay? I'm going to save this. And just for fun, I'm going to go to the jar. And I'm going to make it bigger. So it looks a little more interesting with the smoke coming out. Save. Okay. I'm going to get out of F6. I hope I saved the smoke. I think I did. Let's check. Oflow. No, flow. 1. Did I save it? If not, I'm going to save it now. All right. F6, goodbye. There you go. Oh, wow. To change the floor, too. This is all messed up. That's okay. I have an idea. But you see now, by making the jar a little larger, it looks more realistic coming out of the hole.
Very good.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let's try the rotation stuff, which is really, really, really cool. All right. Back to F6. Back to object. Oflow. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do one of these at a time. I'm going to start with Y. And I'm going to raise it. Let's make it pretty dramatic. And see if this.
You have to flip it to yes first.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good. So we can't. The one thing here is you can't necessarily see what's going to happen like you can with the color or the size. Right? So I'm just going to do the Y. Let's make it even more dramatic. See if it does anything at all. So you can understand how Y, X, and Z interact with the smoke particles. Okay, save. And nothing. Oh, there they go.
Okay. Gives us some.
So it's a bit of a randomized, but it's still up and down, right? Still vertical, but the speed or the distribution of the particles has now been altered. Right? Go back to F6. And I'm now going.
You could do fireworks like this.
Yeah.
You bet. Yeah, because you could do them in a black sky.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to get rid of the Y so you don't get confused with like what's the Y and what's the Z and the X. So let's bring this down back down to 0. And let's work with the X. Similarly, and you can also go negative too. Let's go again like in the 400s. 360. Let's go high. Oh, that's it. I can only go 360. That's the high. That's the extreme. So save, which I believe I just did. F6.
Wow.
And
That's
off they
pretty
go
wild.
into the.
Okay.
Good. So that's that. Let's go back. F6. Object. Let's get rid of the. Let's go negative just for fun. Can anybody guess what's going to happen when I go to negative 360?
It'll go the other side,
Oh!
maybe?
Yeah, it will. You got it. Yeah, F6. There you go. So it's a directional. You can control the direction. The only thing now that's a bit of a problem is that it's coming out of the side of the jar. So you know how you fix that? You
With
could
the,
move.
why?
Yeah, just move it a little bit. Maybe what? We'll say
Oh,
18. That wasn't quite enough. Let's go 39. Might be a bit high. That's better.
Okay.
So the start point, then you can move right, left, up, down, X, Y, Z stuff. Good? All right. Now, final one to do. F6. Let's go back to object. Let's get out of the Z X business and go to the Z business. Save now. I'm going to leave the Y at 39. And good. Now it's coming toward us,
Mm-hmm.
right? So just what you would expect, XYZ stuff. Great.
and then you can combine them too, I guess, right?
Oh, you can totally combine them and it'll go all over the place, right? And then what's kind of fun here is they just go on. I mean, with this strange smoke particle that's super big in the distance, it just sort of disappears in there. All right. Cool.
Yep.
Good.
Very.
Yeah. So,
Let's.
so you're making pollution in cyberspace.
Yes, you got it. I'm going to get rid of the. I'm going to turn this off, right? I'm going to turn off. No, what do I do here? I want to show you something. I'm just going to turn off the XYZ. So it's under rotate, right? It's not scale, which is size, or movement, which is, where it begins, where the original point is that the smoke starts coming. All right, so I'm going to leave that. And let's go here now, save. Let's get out of this, F6, and it should just go back to normal. Got it? Good.
Right.
Now, here's what's fun. We're going to learn together because my mind isn't so clear about what happens when we do some effects, right? So, effect parameters. So I'm going to go back to the editor. I'm going to go to the object, the Oflow, and I'm going to change the effect parameter from 0 to, we're going to go in order, to 1. Let's see what happens. Enter. That's it. The only thing that's being changed is the effect parameter to 1. Let's see what happens. I don't remember, so I can't tell you what's going to happen. I kind of remember what happens with 5. It's gone.
Oh, no.
That's what happens. It's gone. So effect parameter 1 doesn't work. You know what? Hold on 1 second. I think I know why everything's so funky. So let me escape this. And I'm going to do something, and I think I'll fix the funkiness so we don't have to look at the hand and the various strange walls that aren't supposed to be there.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's better now. Okay, good. I still don't know why the floor is purple, but that's okay. Let me share the screen.
Maybe because all the purple light in the air is casting
Yeah.
it.
That would be one of those things that I'd spend 3
Oh.
days wondering why it's doing that, and then show up next week with nothing done.
Well, what would happen if you change the color of the smoke? Would the floor go a different color?
I think so, because this is the same color as the smoke. So,
Mhm.
ready? One does nothing. Alt editor. Let's go to object. So 1, effect parameter 1, no good. 2, enter. I think I know what 1 does, but we'll come back to that in a minute. It's starting to come back to me a little bit, my brain. Saved, load, enter. Yeah. So what does 2 do?
Horizontal.
Or,
Yeah.
yeah.
Great. And it dies at the edge of the orb.
Yeah.
So 3, let's try 3 for a moment. The other direction. So think of it as like 4 points. Good?
Yeah.
And we'll just go through anyways and do it. So it's on the recording for anybody who forgets, like I do, what the numbers do. Save, load, enter. There you go. Cool?
Kind of like a clock, eh? Each
Yep.
number.
Very much so.
Hmm.
Like 90, 180, 270, 360. Is that how it goes? Yeah, something like that. And you can do the same effects with the F6. Cool? No. And Alt E, and let's do 5. Even though we know what it's going to do. Whoops, crap. Okay. There it is. Cool? So so watch. Now we thought that 1 didn't do anything, right? So what was 1 actually doing?
Maybe
The
going
second-
down through the floor?
The reason we didn't see it is because it was going down through the floor. Right on, Hans. So let's check that theory. Alt E. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to 1. Good. Save, load, enter. And we don't see anything. But if we go to F6 and we go to flow 1 and we raise the Y, maybe we'll see it. I don't know. Let's find out. No.
How about raising the jar up a bit?
Or let's raise the Z axis of this. Z coordinate, sorry. Let's put it at, I don't remember how big I made the
16,
Put it
64.
at 64. Let's do 64. Yep, there it is.
Cool. That's a good effect too.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Yeah,
Feel like a waterfall type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Waterfall.
So now you see how those car wash orbs or those cleansing orbs work. So this is how Barbara creates those
Mm.
radiations. So it's just Oflow with effect parameter 1, bunches of colors coming down. You walk through and you're like, man, I feel great.
So, not to jump ahead or distract you, Fred, but back to the effect parameter numbers. We got the 4 directions, whatnot. And like you said, we can change all that in the F6. So does it really matter what effect parameter you start with?
Good
So much?
question. And I would encourage you to say the answer is no, yes and no. But again, it's how much can you really do with F6 is the real question. Like, so a combination of like, it doesn't really matter, I'll just change it in F6. But you'll find out that F6, when you start to scatter them, right? Change them going different directions, combine the X, the Y, and the Z, so it's a little, more fluffy in its movement, right? Sort of going everywhere. Then you'll maybe find that there's a more, you'll want the strength of the direction coming from the effect parameter rather than trying to work the direction solely with F6. So I think of it as the F6 as altering the direction rather than creating the direction.
Right.
All right. Let's see
And
what
you-
happens. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Are we gonna try the other numbers? Or are we gonna work?
Yeah,
up
that's
and-
what's next. Let's try the region effects, which usually don't work. Here we go. Okay, so this is cool to me. Like, that just feels like the fireworks that Jazzy was comparing it to. All right. Okay. Now, in the effect parameter region, I'm going to need to name my region, first of all, my 0 region. So this needs a name, and I tend to call it start. That's all. And I am going to leave that go. I'm going to go over here to my object. I'm going to find Oflow. Oh, well, hold on 1 second. Sorry, everybody. What's going on in my... Wait. Uh-oh. There might be problems in the pastures. Come if you can. Bring some pienso. Do they normally go there? Uh-oh. My animals are somewhere they're not usually at. Okay, so I say 5 minutes. Okay. Who knows where they're at? Anyway, they have escaped. So,
Oh, no.
Oflow. I am going to change the auxiliary now. Instead of calling this jar, I'm going to call it start. Good?
Mm-hmm.
Good, okay. And we're going to start with an effect parameter. I'm a little more familiar with 13, but hold on. Let me see if I have it written down. 1 second. No, let's just do it this way. It'll be fine. So let's do 13. Let's see what happens. Save. Okay, there it is.
Oh,
wow.
Hmm.
are they moving around?
Yeah, but not going up or down.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right, that's 13. Good.
Mhm.
The idea is this is how you can create snow or rain,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Or, you know, just a misty thing. All right, let me go to the editor. Let's try. Let's try 11. Enter. Save. Load. Enter. Exit. Don't see any difference. So, but let's go here for a moment. F6, object, flow 1. And I'm going to take this off. And then let's mess with the rotation. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Looks like a wind came through.
Yeah, let me can I raise them up? No. All right. What about the X? Oh!
Maybe you can raise them up if you go to move and guess
Might be the Z coordinate for move.
Yeah, let's try one more thing. I'm going to save it. Good. And go to F6. Let's go to the editor. We still had it at 64, so that doesn't matter now for some reason. Let's change let's change this to 13. Enter. Save. Load. There you go. I don't know what the hell this is all about. And they're all going here in this corner.
Oh, neat.
So the idea would be that they should be able to fall from the sky, go up from the ground. But this is where I told you this. This is like either it's not working or Fred just doesn't know what to do. So I have to go find. I don't even know where my wife is. So I have to bring food to seduce some animals to come back home. I'm guessing she wrote. Do they always go there? Are they supposed to be there? And I don't even know what there means. So sorry we didn't get as far as I had.